I'm going to share something with you that you probably haven't really heard. And I'm going to talk about sacred rage. And you're like, what is that? Sacred rage is actually a dark, divine, feminine energy trait that most people have not tapped into. Because we've been told that getting angry and being filled with rage is something bad. So if you want to learn more about how to channel your sacred, divine rage into creating and alchemizing something that is beautiful and impactful and in alignment with your purpose, you're going to want to watch this video. Hey babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Marianne Valenza, and on this channel, I talk about manifestation, feminine energy, and so much more. If you love all that stuff, definitely subscribe below and hit that notification bell. We post videos twice a week. And if you can't get enough of this content, all good, because I post daily on Instagram and TikTok. So don't forget to follow me there, as well as DM me, say hi, ask any questions about anything that has to do with feminine energy, manifestation, spirituality. Maybe you like the dress that I wore in my last post, you know, all of that. I love chatting with you all. If you're in your divine feminine energy journey and manifestation journey, you're definitely going to want to check out my Sex Magic Masterclass. If you're new to sex magic or haven't heard about sex magic, I have tons of videos here and on my TikTok channel. But in this live masterclass, I actually teach not just the rituals, the step-by-step tutorials, but also how it can help you manifest love, money, success, as well as use it for healing. We all know that our world needs more healing, and all of us, when we heal, we can actually manifest faster and more consciously. So if you want to learn more, this is a paid masterclass. It's only $33. That's the cost of going to yoga or Pilates. But this is a 2+ hour class that is interactive, transformative, and will really help you on your journey. So check out the link below to sign up. If you're watching this after April 9th, don't worry, the link will still allow you to look at the video replay. All right? So let's get into it. What is sacred rage? So sacred rage is past anger. It's when you feel that emotion, you are so angry or like bubbled up. It's like a volcano that's about to explode, right? It's this emotion, and I want to share with you that it is an emotion that is natural and normal when something happens in your life, when you've been wronged or traumatized or whatever it is. However, we have been taught to push it under the rug. We have been taught to ignore emotions that need to actually be expressed. We've been taught that, oh, only happiness and joy, and to look down as if emotions such as anger and sadness and rage are bad. Our emotions are neither good nor bad. They just are. They're human emotions that we all must feel. It's what you do with those emotions that could be harmful, but we're talking about the emotions itself. However, we've been taught to suppress it, to look over it, to sweep it under the rug and not to feel it. And because of that, what happens? Before you know it, you could get angry and all of a sudden explode and no one knows why you've exploded. Or you turn to harmful behaviors towards others and yourself, and you're doing it unconsciously because that emotion expresses itself in one shape or another. It may not come out as rage because you don't allow it, but maybe it's harmful ways. Maybe it's through addictions. Maybe it's through other ways that you hurt others and yourself. So sacred rage is a dark feminine energy. It is divine feminine energy. And I'm going to share with you how to channel it. A little background on how I've become so intimate with this is, for those of you who've been watching my channel and you know me, you know that I'm a survivor turned thriver of sexual abuse, childhood sexual abuse, as well as addictions and several suicide attempts. And I've really transformed and changed my life through energetics, through spirituality, manifestation, and healing. So when I was processing a lot of my healing, I realized that I was so angry at my abuser, my father, as well as other people around me who could have done something to help me when I was a child. But I never did anything with that anger. What did it do? I channeled that anger in harmful ways to harm myself. And when I was finally doing the healing, a lot of it came up and I became so angry and so rageful. And I had to learn and accept, and this is part of the process, that that is normal. Remember what I said, it's what you do with it that can be harmful, but the emotion itself, emotion is energy in motion, itself needs to be let out, needs to get expressed. So the first way to channel, the first step to channel sacred rage is one, to have awareness. If you don't even know that you have this emotion inside of you, how can you do anything about it, right? It's like, how can you have a solution to a problem when you don't even know there's a problem? And most people don't know that they've been suppressing their anger and their rage because they've been doing it their whole lives. So the first step is awareness. And awareness comes with sitting with yourself, with getting honest with yourself, and also knowing that, like I said, this is a human emotion that is normal, that you need to actually feel it. So the first step is awareness. The second step is acceptance. And accepting it with gratitude, love, and kindness. What most people do when they get to this step is they feel guilty, or then they get angry at themselves for feeling this way, or they feel shame about this rage that they feel. No, don't approach it with even more of this negative energy. Approach it with kindness, love, and forgiveness. Because honestly, this is something to do with you. So accept this feeling that you have with compassion. Accept it with gratitude. And the reason why I say gratitude is because our emotions come up for a reason. It's teaching us something. The same thing with triggers. Triggers come up because it's like our body's way of telling us something needs to be paid attention to. Something needs to get solved or resolved. So accept it with gratitude. What I say when that came up, thank you for sharing with me that this is an emotion I have to process. This is an emotion that I actually have to alchemize. Which leads me to my third step. The third step is accepting it, welcoming it, and feeling it in your body. What this means is you let yourself express it. Maybe it's through anger and like yelling. For me, I started screaming. You have to let it out some way. I started hitting pillows. Sometimes for some people, boxing helps or some way to like really move that energy. But for me, screaming, actually saying the things that I had been holding back and saying the things, and I did this all in a practice safely in my home. No one was home. And I didn't say this to my abuser. This was something that like I actually just said out loud through my healing process. And I just yelled it and I screamed and I hit pillows and I allowed myself to cry. I allowed myself and accepted that this was an emotion that had to actually get felt because for all of my life I had suppressed it. So feel it and let it out in a healthy way. Whatever that means for you, that's for you to discover. The last step is to alchemize. And what does this mean? Once you've actually expressed and let it all out, it's just like a really cathartic cry, right? Oftentimes people hold in their tears, but when they finally let it out afterwards, it's a release. It's a release of that emotion. This is where you can alchemize it. Alchemizing it means, okay, now you've like let it all out. And remember, this doesn't have to be like a one-time process. This can be an ongoing thing, right? Through time. Like it wasn't just a one-time thing for me where afterwards I'm like, okay, I'm good. No, it happened over and over again as things came up until finally it reached a point where I realized like I had let it all out and now I can alchemize it. Alchemizing it is shifting the energy to something that you can use to create some action or motion. So what I mean by this is, for example, there is, and you see it a lot out there, oftentimes through this type of rage and anger and alchemizing it, certain projects have been created, certain books have been written. There's examples that come to mind is a woman on TikTok who was cheated on very badly and got a divorce and all that, and she channeled all of that energy into a book that became a bestseller. Another amazing example is maybe a mother who lost their child through a drunk driver, and after processing it, ended up becoming a lobbyist for new laws on drunk driving. This is what I mean by alchemizing it, taking that and using that as your fire fuel to push you to your purpose, to impact, to creating something new that is more productive. That energy can be used as creative energy. I know for me, when I was able to heal and process that, I created my business. That's how Thriver Lifestyle came about, because it was my own journey from moving from a victim and survivor into a thriver. And so that's what I mean by alchemizing it. Now that you have this fire fuel and it gets you going, it motivates you during times that maybe you feel uninspired. So through those 4 steps, you can channel your sacred rage to creating something even better, because you are that powerful. You are the alchemist. If you want to learn more about sacred rage, about feminine energy, both light and dark, definitely follow my channel. I post a lot about it, as well as on my TikTok. And if you really want to also learn how to tap into sex magic and even more of your feminine energy, definitely sign up for my masterclass on sex magic for healing and manifestation. It is on April 9th, and if you are watching this after, you can watch the replay still. It is filled with so much amazing goodness, things that aren't really taught, because why? If people realize like how powerful they are, the changes that they'll make in the world, like, they won't take shit from other people anymore, and they'll be able to really change their lives. So if you want a true transformation, and if you really want to like get into the next level of your healing and manifestation, this Sex Magic Masterclass will absolutely like change your life. Honestly, it's helped change my life, and I want to share this knowledge with others. All right, thank you so much, Thrivers, for watching. If you have any questions about sacred rage and other things about feminine energy, definitely leave your questions below or DM me on Instagram. And don't forget, if you love all this stuff, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. All right, bye.